All right, guys, we're back at the Renzetti booth again this year. We're talking with Leighton because we want to talk a little bit about the difference between the entry-level Traveler Vice and then when you might want to upgrade to something a little bit, when your fly time progresses, you might start to think about the next Vice you want, something like a 2000. And if you could just walk us through maybe some of the differences and what might make somebody want to go with that higher price point Vice and get out of their Traveler or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you know the differences here. So both of the Vices, though, will go from a 28 to a 4-aught. And so the jaws are very similar, but what you get with the Presentation 2000 that you don't get with the Traveler is a few added adjustments to it, too. So what people really like with the Presentation 2000 is the ability to hinge this entire Vice head up and down. And so people really like that. And then you also have a ratchet in the back, too. And if you don't like that ratchet feature, you can lock it down just like a Traveler.
Okay. So you can make it so that it's not ratcheting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So, and the big advantage of having that ratchet too is if you're working on the bottom of the fly, you can get that crank arm out of your way, and then you just have a totally flat vise on top.
100%.
And then another added adjustment. So, in a Traveler, if you're going from a bigger hook to a smaller hook, to keep the true rotary in line, the hook shank in line with the axis of the vise, you can actually drop these jaws up and down to achieve that. And so on the Presentation 2000, you can actually move this here. So for a large hook, you can move this down and then easily move it up here. And then you can find the sweet spot on that adjustment and this adjustment too. So it's not going to gain or lose tension when you're moving these adjustments.
Gotcha.
So you can hit it right in the sweet spot to where it's not going to move when you're tying, but whenever you want to manipulate it, you can actually get your hand on it and move it. And so that's some of the main differences between the two, the Traveler and the Presentation 2000.
That's awesome. I personally tie on a 2000.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's a great vise.
It's a very versatile vise.
And
sure.
It's definitely something that for me and the way I tie, it's going to last me the rest of my life.
Yep.
And I love it. So thank you so much for taking the time to educate us and let us know how the differences are. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.